So with fire suppression, you'll probably have one or two questions on the exam about fire suppression. And, obviously, this is a big deal. Whenever you go into a facility, you're going to have the fire marshal come in for time to time, check out if you're over capacity in rooms. A lot of times on elevators, you'll see safety. You might even see like maximum capacity in rooms. But also one of the things that you'll see is fire extinguishers and whether or not they have a little tag to show when the last time that they were updated or investigated, to make sure they still have pressure, maybe make sure they weren't expired, and those types of things. So there's a lot of things going on with halon. I don't know if anybody has been in a place with halon or halon or however you want to pronounce it. I'm going with halon. What does that do? That takes away the oxygen out of the server room, but it has been banned from being entered into any additional facility anymore because there's been some deaths with using halon as an extinguisher or suppression of the fire. Because you remove the oxygen, you also remove the oxygen from humans in the room, right? So anybody who implemented that, I think that there's some sort of provision where you can keep what you have so you don't have to pay a bunch of money, but you need to do some additional due diligence to make sure there's the people that are in there can still survive if all the oxygen is removed. So water-based is one of the methods. We can use things like carbon dioxide as well as fire extinguishers. And we're going to get into a conversation here about that and the different types of classes of fires. You will have one question on your exam on the different fire types, okay, the different fires that are out there. So be prepared to do this, okay? Be prepared to do this. And there's an easy way that I like to tell people to remember this right here. So let me just see if we can make it happen right here. So with the first one here, I'm going to annotate. Let me do this right here, and then I'll annotate. Get rid of that. Okay, so I'll annotate. So A would be ash. So an easy way to remember A is ash. So things like paper, wood would be an easy way to remember that they turn to ash whenever they burn. And they're common combustibles. Common combustibles. Okay? Next one here is combustible liquids. So things like oil, petroleum. So liquids typically will flow down to the basement. So B stands for basement. And it's a liquid because if you remember liquids flow to the basement, that's an easy way to remember that right there. So I'm just going to write basement here. Or how about base, just to keep it easy. Down here we have the different combustible metals, and metals turn to dent. Right here. Metals turn to dent. And K is not on here, but K would be like a grease fire, and a K would be for kitchen. I had one for C, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. Anybody remember that one off the top of their head?
You don't see it.
No, I'll look it up. I was trying not to look it up here, but I'll look it up.
You don't see it.
That's funny, Jacob. Let me look it up real quick.